Welcome back everybody. In this video we're going to talk about HDR gaming and if there's any noticeable difference from a standard to an HDR. So keep in mind the videos on YouTube, of course, it doesn't do it justice. So pretty much you guys gonna just pretty much have to take my word or insights or opinion on the quality from standard to HDR. So recently I've tested the OLED panel from standard to HDR, and I tested an LED screen, an LCD screen, LED TV from standard to HDR. And so as far as the OLED panel, specifically the LG C9 series, switching it from a standard to HDR, there's a very noticeable difference from standard to HDR, and as far as the OLED panel goes, and if you like HDR, that is well worth it for HDR. And on the LED TVs, specifically the Sony X950G, switching it from standard to HDR 1000 or HDR 10, I didn't really see much noticeable differences. So, you know, really on an LCD TV or LED, HDR as far as gaming goes, I don't think is that nominal or important to switch to an HDR TV on an LED if you don't have an HDR TV. But of course, if you do want the best HDR content, and if you want to see a noticeable difference, you will get that on an OLED panel. But of course, everyone's afraid of OLED panel because of burn-in. But let me just tell you that as long as you're not like watching a static picture or like a picture that has like a still picture for like an excessive amount of time, you don't have to worry about the burn-ins. So if that's the only thing keeping you guys from buying an OLED TV, as long as you guys just pretty much, if you're not using the TV, I mean, let me just tell you guys this. So on OLED TV, I watch movies or YouTube or whatever, and I understand, you know, sometimes, you know, you got to go do something, so you pause the TV. I've literally paused my content and go walk around and go finish my clothes, wash my clothes, cook or whatever I got to do. So obviously your TV is going to go into the screensaver mode anyway. So don't be afraid to even like leave it on pause or in a still picture, because chances are you're not going to leave it for like over an hour, and even if you do, the TV automatically shuts off. Most smart TVs shuts off after a certain amount of time if it's not being used. So I'm saying this for those who don't want to deal with an OLED TV because they like to do other stuff while the TV's on. So that doesn't really do anything. So what I'm saying is you don't have to worry about that on an OLED TV. You can do the same thing as you would on an LED TV. And of course, you know, LED TV doesn't have any burn-ins, but if you guys want the best quality and the best technology and the best picture, everyone knows in OLED, it is the best picture and quality that you can get. So for instance, as far as like Dolby Vision goes, sure, a lot of QLEDs and some TV like QLEDs don't have like Dolby Vision, so that wouldn't matter. But for the LED TVs that have both HDR 10 and Dolby Vision for HDR, Well, guess what? Uh, Dolby Vision on LED TVs, it is not ready yet because you do get blooming effects and whatever, uh, whether you're playing a 4K HDR player or you're watching a HDR Dolby Vision on Netflix or streaming, you will see the blooming effects in the dark scenes if you're running Dolby Vision. So I don't know if so as far as I can tell, as far as Dolby Vision goes, if you want that feature is not ready on an LED TV. But as far as on an OLED panel, if you're running Dolby Vision, you don't get a blooming effects. So like I said, if you guys are on the fence of getting OLED because of burn-ins, I'm telling you guys, especially nowadays where TV is a lot more affordable, just don't worry about that too much. I mean, as long as you're not. Now, I don't recommend you get OLED if you're a PC gamer. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying. But if you're not a PC gamer, chances are you're not gonna have burn-in problems, you know. So, but anyways, that was it for the video. Reiterate. So, as far as HDR content from SDR to HDR for OLED panels in gaming, you do notice a big difference or a noticeable difference when you switch over to HDR, and on an LED panel or on an LED TV when you are switching from SDR to HDR. I don't in real life. I don't really. It's not noticeable. So really, the only true gaming HDR, as from my opinion, is, and if that's what you like, it will be on an OLED panel. So that being said, thanks you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hooded Dragons out.